Why was Reva able to survive basically the same exact injury that Qui-Gon Jinn died from? Also, why does this seem to be happening more and more often? I think the answer actually goes a lot deeper into the Star Wars story than you think. While it does at first feel a bit like lazy writing, and maybe to an extent it is, I do think that there's a canon explanation for this phenomena, and I think that Disney is attempting to try and use this explanation to define a new Force ability. In order to explain this Force ability, we're going to first have to go all the way back to Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn. Well, really it starts with Anakin on Mustafar, but now that we know the chronology of things, we're gonna go back and start with Darth Maul. After Darth Maul is cut in half by Obi Wan on Naboo, right after he kills Qui-Gon Jinn with, like we just said, is a very now survivable lightsaber wound, we learn in the Clone Wars TV show that Darth Maul actually survives, and the reasoning for this was
revenge. I must have revenge.
Essentially, Darth Maul's hatred of Obi-Wan and need for revenge fueled his life. While I think most of us kind of shrugged off this explanation as being something specific to Darth Maul, we are now seeing that that was the beginning development of a very unique dark side Force ability that ties much deeper to the overarching Star Wars story than we ever thought. As we now know, the dark side is a
pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
The essential beliefs of the dark side is to use your passion and desire to claim things you want in your physical life. It sort of elevates this desire for physical abilities that give you more and more power. The light side, on the other hand, is all about selflessness. In a sense, denying your passions for power in the physical world, and instead focusing on elevating and defending others. This is very important. Every time we see a dark side user survive these very fatal wounds, we always hear something having to do with the idea of revenge fueling their will to live. Sound familiar?
Revenge does wonders for the will to live, don't you think?
Dark side users are able to use this Force ability, that we'll just call the will to live for now, to prolong their physical life despite being fatally wounded. They're able to draw from the dark side of the Force to keep their physical life going. This is why a light side user, such as Qui-Gon Jinn, did not survive, because he was much more willing to accept the fate that the will of the Force might have had for him. He felt like it was his time to go. He did not have this sort of pool of dark side Force that he was using to fuel his life. He understood that it was his time to go, and he died. But here is the big trade-off. Not too uncommon to some religious ideals in the real world, when light side users sort of sacrifice their own desire for power to serve others, the result is the ability to, in Qui-Gon Jinn's words, become one with the living Force. They're able to become a Force ghost and essentially live forever. Dark side users, however, their only reward is in the physical life. This idea is also confirmed in the sequels, which of course I believe are absolute dog water, but we see Palpatine with the ability to steal life force from others to prolong and empower his own physical life. Whereas we see this new light side ability to give your own life force to others, hurting yourself physically, but making you more powerful in the light side, and of course, like we said, leading to you being able to become eternal. This would explain the Inquisitor surviving, it would explain Reva surviving, although I guess at the end she turns to the light side and she still, I don't know, she still probably should have died. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to cover up lazy writing, but I think there is this theme of the will to live being something more than just an idea. It is an actual Force-fed ability. But yeah, all that being said, Disney needs to stop letting people just survive lightsaber stabs because it's making the severity and seriousness of a lightsaber dwindle rapidly. So yeah, that's something to work on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Am I just covering up lazy writing, or could this be a legit Force ability? We will see you guys in the next one. Stay swanky.